John Dello actually going to get pinned?
Ready?
And we are live with the Free Admission channel with Lunchbox and Preschool. And Lunchbox ain't here, and we're led by, what the fuck? Why is it Freddy Flores sitting in my Angel R2's chair?
Because Angel R2 lost the bet, and your boys lost the match. So now, Wrestling Hour with Lunchbox and Preschool becomes Freddy Flores and Friends featuring Preschool.
Hey, Azrael, I completely agree with you. Like, I think it should be Lunchbox. But yeah.
All of a sudden, you speak English, boy. You've been learning your phonetics and your Rosetta Stone.
You're lucky you didn't show up at the show. You wouldn't have made it out.
We do apologize about last Tuesday, but it was Halloween, and unfortunately, it just wasn't worth it to do a podcast because everyone will be out there either having drinks or eating a lot of candy.
I was doing both.
Heavy inebriation, we call it.
So, let's talk about WWE, guys.
WWE.
But before we talk about WWE,
God damn it.
as you can see in the background, is our next upcoming show, November 18th. OCCW presents The End of the World, and this will probably be our last show for the rest of the year. So remember, guys, this will be not at American Legion Hall. It will be at the OCCW Jiu-Jitsu Dojo. $15 at the door, but if you pay for it right now, it's only going to cost you $10 per ticket.
You actually got the name of the dojo wrong.
I said End of the World.
It's not the OCCW Jiu-Jitsu Dojo. It's the Dello Jiu-Jitsu Dojo.
Dello Jiu-Jitsu / OCCW Wrestling School.
Well, no, if you're going to look it up, though, like, look up Dello Jiu-Jitsu, because that will give you the actual address. Saying OCCW Dojo, like, kind of throws it off.
Main event, Rudy Rogers against Othello in a no DQ match.
And Rudy looks as tall as Othello on the flyer.
Nah, like, look how big his head is, man.
You with him.
Huh? No, his.
Look at those straps on you. Look at almost identical to Othello's.
End of the world.
Did you Photoshop yourself, Rudy?
No, that weird guy in the corner over there, like, did all the Photoshop. That corner, on that side over there, he did all the Photoshop.
I didn't Photoshop this.
No, behind you.
Oh, hey, Tab Jackson, how you doing?
Not
Lady.
No,
That is not
lady.
Tab Jackson.
Oh. I thought. Oh, sorry. I thought this was the house cleaning lady. Okay. Anyways, moving forward.
Mr. Superman.
Now let's go to WWE real quick. What?
Into your mic.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, Freddy Flores is also having a match on the 18th.
No one cares.
With Alexander Vega, La Raza, as we all know, the team that broke up Divine Intervention.
Sad
the reason
times.
Azriel's on his lonesome, Lord Artu's lost, and Freddie Helmuth hasn't been seen. And who was that clown we knocked out, pretty much?
No Love?
And we're going up against, No Love ain't got no love anymore. And Freddie Flores and Alexander Vega are going up against, they dubbed themselves Team OC, but we all know them as the old dinosaurs. That'd be Jonathan Malice and Tony Reyes for the, if I may say, the umpteenth time.
You're falling into, like, your old, like,
look,
your old, like, whole, like, what would we call them? Your old managers, like, whole thing saying the umpteenth time.
Look, Freddy Flores, I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. You and your boy ain't got no chance against Tony Reyes and Jonathan Malice.
No chance.
You couldn't even make Jonathan Malice bump the last match. What makes you think you have any chance this time to beat Jonathan Malice? Jonathan Malice is Captain America's version of OCCW.
Jonathan Malice was not wrestling at the last show, so it was almost impossible.
I'm talking about 2 months ago.
2 months ago was a pass.
Yeah.
You're talking about when Divine Intervention lost the titles, and then a month later, they got disbanded, right?
Hey, we're not going to talk about them no more. New topic.
So
WWE.
So, new WWE champion, AJ Styles. The phenomenal AJ Styles.
The phenomenal. Let's get ready to fight.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that phenomenal forearm he ended the match with? Like, I kind of, like, no offense to, like, Jinder, but he kind of, like, took it, like, right before he even hit him. Like, he started falling right before he even, like, made contact. I was like, all right, this is kind of late. Like, it was a little too, what's the word I'm looking for?
What a way to go out on your first and probably only WWE title run.
Yeah.
But,
Fuck up the finish.
yeah, it kind of looked like it was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he saw it coming, like, already. He already knew that.
The white feller beat the Indian feller, and that's all that matters. New topic.
Hey, well, when that white feller tried to beat this Indian feller, he couldn't do it. and he. How you doing,
That's a great
Azrael?
promo, Rudy. That's a great promo.
And now I've been purged from OCCW, and I'm a lonely television producer. I'm a behind-the-camera talent, and God, it is glorious looking at all your ugly
Hey,
faces.
what happened to God anyway?
You calling Freddy Flores ugly?
Yeah, he
The
is.
same man who called Freddy Flores the prettiest member of La Raza?
The Lord R2 is keeping the producer busy. I am free to roam.
Oh God, we're getting shut off after this.
So not only did we got a new WWE champion, we also got some new WWE Tag Team Champions at Monday Night Raw.
And did you hear about Carmelo turned on Ellsworth?
Yeah. It was
That matters.
intergender match.
Yeah. They finally did a. It was a.
He really can't get built there.
Sad times.
Yeah, it was like finally an intergender, like, woman versus female match actually on WWE.
So he's going to get his release papers pretty soon, too.
I
Or a
don't
match.
think so, actually.
WrestleMania, Carmella versus James Ellsworth.
Hell in a Cell, 2 out of 3 falls, first blood.
I quit. Match. I don't mean I
You
quit.
could add some.
No, it's gonna be like the her like women's like championship contract thing. It's gonna be on the line. The Money in the Bank is gonna be on the line against James Ellsworth.
Santino Marella, right?
Yeah.
Well,
One of those
And
guys.
Sean Black says, "What's good, y'all?"
Yo,
Oh,
Sean!
thinking about Sean Black. Why don't we talk about Amped Wrestling?
oh yeah, it just got
Absolutely.
announced today. Sean Black has just announced that a new wrestling company will be making its debut January 6, 2018, Amped Up Wrestling. And one day, don't let the flyer fool you. It will be at a church. It won't be at the Forum. But don't let the flyer fool you. One of these days, we will wrestle at the Forum. Just like APW with the Cow Pals, we're taking over that Forum, and we're going to do better than WWE ever did. And hopefully my car doesn't get broken into.
Racist.
We're in the dirty side of LA.
Oh
What?
God.
Thank God it ain't Oakland.
We're bringing Showtime back to the Forum, and I'm a lot less positive than Magic, I'll tell you that much. But I'm going to be leading the charge as point guard for divine intervention as we invade Amped Up Wrestling.
As long as you guys know that's not December 9th, it's January 6th.
Yeah, someone should get in contact with Atu and let him know.
Atu, yeah, he didn't read he saw the flyer, but he didn't read
The date
the white
on
letters.
it.
I know the white letters are right next to the white guys on the flyer, but it's still
I
very
am talking to
visible
the mic.
for you to see.
Still, that flyer is incorrect. There's a big space in between Freddie Helmuth and is that Azrael?
'Cause no
Back
one.
there, it's just an empty spot. It looks very awkward. I wish
Yeah,
there was
it's-
something to fill it in there.
As if
Engineer
somebody-
H.
As if somebody was there.
Can you hear me?
Am
Am I good now?
It looked like somebody got Hulk Hogan
Right?
Tell me, am I?
or Benoit.
Is this flyer segregated?
Oh, I hope you know I'm just messed with her now.
People got a lot to say about our photoshopping skills. Deshade says it's photoshopped hella bad. He did not enjoy the skills of Andrew Masters on the end of the world flyer.
It was also that young lady right there.
Wait, the Shade's talking?
Deshade wants to know why we let Rudy talk so much. An excellent question, Mr. Deshade.
Well, I'm trying
I
to
do not know.
The Shade, is this the Shade from Vegas?
Yes, that's the
Yes.
only
Yes.
Shade
The
there is.
Shade!
The only Deshade we know, boy.
I might be seeing you at Big Valley Wrestling the end of the month.
I'll see you there too, Deshade.
We are
I'll bring you juice,
invading
buddy.
Big Valley.
Deshade, let me know what juice you want. I'll bring it to you.
Who is we?
But anyways, what other shows we got going on this coming week? Because I do believe a certain vampire will be wrestling at a show that has a big fist on it.
Giant fist. The biggest fist. Fist combat.
Is he even paying attention?
Azrael will be at Fist Combat this Friday at November to Remember. And I will be tearing into Robbie Phoenix. Azrael knows quite a bit about rising from the ashes, Mr. Phoenix. And we're going to see you Friday night at Fist Combat at the Kensington Club in San Diego.
Hashtag green lights.
Hey, so can I just say, like, I don't know if you guys all noticed, but we kind of just hit all of our bullet points within 10 minutes.
No, we
No,
didn't hit
this
all
is
of our
one.
bullet points.
Which one?
But it's going to wait a second.
No, we didn't hit all of our bullet
But,
points. We didn't. We mentioned Big Valley Wrestling, but we didn't really talk about Big Valley Wrestling per se. But with that being said,
Hold on, real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
By the way, I've been enjoying these shows. What's his name? Dirty Ron has been putting on for a Fist. They were just in L.A. Was it last
At the
week, couple
Lucha
weeks
Pro
ago?
Arena.
Yes, and that show was off the hook. So keep it going.
You went there?
I watched that.
Okay.
Yeah. I should have gone.
Yeah. Always love being at the Lucha Pro Arena. 2 days later, Lucha Pro made his return to that same arena, and again, another great show. Hopefully, Lucha Pro will be back on a regular basis, and hopefully, Fist Combat will be coming back to LA again because Ron McDonald knows how to have a party. I gotta tell you that because me and Rudy over there actually wrestled last Wednesday, which rarely happens in independent wrestling. We actually had the pleasure to go to
Taco Sesh.
the Taco Sesh in Riverside at a motocross park. It was awesome. We got to wrestle. We got to, well, not really eat because I had to drive. And, yeah, Rudy knows the story. Anyways, but we also had video games because some company called Stone Gamers had a big arcade stick, and I had some fun with Street Fighter 2.
So look up Hybrid Pro on all social media platforms, on your Instagram at Hybrid Pro. See the whole roster, yourself, Azrael, Maki O'Shea, Rudy. We got D Swar, Dirty Sour D. And this Saturday, November 11th, we are going to be wrestling there for Veterans Day at the Smoke Pit Sesh
Wait, hold on.
in Winchester, California.
How is it that I haven't even seen this flyer yet?
You are very illiterate, and your vision is known to be very poor.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm not booked for that one. I'll be the one the following Wednesday.
I will be there.
You will be there?
Yes, I'm booked at that show.
Okay. Sweet.
Also, UEW returns in January with the Sovereign of Slaughter.
UEW. And they're coming to Santa Ana.
Yo, the
Ghetto.
ghetto. Santa Ana ain't ghetto, dude.
Not ghetto?
No, man, I grew up on the
Ghetto to
res.
you, man, but it's like a paradise for me.
It's a res.
Reservation.
Freddy Flores grew up in the street.
Hey, Underground
born-
Empire Wrestling. It's been almost 3 years since I wrestled for you. If you need an extra body, you come talk to me.
There's going to be nothing but death matches.
If you're looking for a match that isn't a death match, come talk to me.
There was some death matches on Halloween night. Anybody see any of the death matches from Halloween night?
No, I did not go see the Santino Brothers show, sadly.
Douglas James and Eli Everfly damn near killed each other in the middle of the ring with thumbtacks and barbed wire, and it was the greatest treat I've ever had for Halloween.
Did you actually go see it?
I have YouTube. I would not go to there. They do not like me very much at all, I tell you that much.
Oh, yeah, because green light.
I stay quite safe in Orange
County. You hit
County.
the red light on going to that show. Got it.
Orange County is glorious. It is beautiful. It is wall-to-wall white folk, and it smells like lemon pledge and money. So that's where I like to stay. But we are going global. We are going countrywide here with Divine Intervention, Las Vegas, San Diego, and all over the country, baby.
That's 2 states.
That's more than most people, Maki O'Shea. How dare you besmirch me?
I think he's falling in love with you, Mikey.
Anyways, you know what? I'll be the man here and tag out. We do have a match also coming out at the end of the world. It's going to feature the Felines versus a new tag team that's going to make their debuts at OCCW. And we have one of them right here in front of us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you, our newest wrestler at OCCW. And I'm not going to mess up his name because I don't know it 100% correctly.
Voodoo Master. How do you mess that up?
Voodoo Master.
And I'd also actually like to introduce him just a little bit here to say he is actually the very next OCCW student to make his debut.
And you forgot your hat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Tell us who is Voodoo Master? Who are you? Like, let us know who you are. Let us know what you're about. What makes you go?
So the Voodoo Master has been training for a while. Started Lucha first, but found OCCW, the best wrestling school there is in SoCal. The Voodoo Master just went against 10 Bears at the Viva La Lucha in Santa Ana, and we're going to team up for the very first time to face the Felines. The reason why I chose 10 Bears is because he was honestly one of the most vicious opponents that I've faced yet.
Is he called 10 Bears because he fought 10 Bears? Or?
10 Bears, I think he has the spirit of 10 Bears,
Makes sense.
to be honest.
Black Bears, Brown Bears, Mexican Bears?
Well, if it's Azrael has a choice, it's going to be White Bears, but yeah.
Rudy, I have a question. Why does he have a cool Indian name like 10 Bears and your name is Rudy? Why you got to find Irishman name like Rudy? Why aren't your name like 10 Panthers or Yellow Eagle or something?
Hold on. Wait, Rudy's an Irish name?
You never seen the movie that chanted at that little,
His name wasn't even
Bilbo
Rudy.
Baggins, and they're like, Rudy.
His name wasn't even Rudy. His name was Rudiger.
And he played for that community college like a champion for years, and he got on Notre Dame.
Very inspirational.
I actually, for the record, I only ever saw that movie when I was wrestling for Championship Wrestling in Hollywood. Like that was like I'll go on a little bit of a shoot story for that. They like literally told me like, rest in peace, Joe Schmo. He was like, all right, yeah, your wrestling character, it's gonna be Rudy from the football movie, and I'm like, all right. Like I had never seen the movie. Like I had avoided it just because people like hyped it up so much for me. And he was like, all right, you need to watch it. Next show is in 2 weeks. You need to watch it by then. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. I couldn't find it on YouTube for the longest time. I didn't have Netflix. It wasn't there. Like
You trying to watch it on YouTube?
Hey, I didn't have
Cheap.
Yeah,
Mikey, you stay over there. We're going to call Heidi.
I was also like 15 at the time, so it's like 15, 16 at the time, so it's like I couldn't go buy the movie. So I ended up watching it, and I was like, wow, this movie is really overhyped. I thought it was good. I just thought it was overhyped, and I was like, come on, he played one down.
Yeah,
With
but
this
everyone
entire build-up for one down. So I was like, all right, I'll take that. I'll run with it a little bit, but Rudy Roddies don't just play one down. Rudy Roddies stays in the whole game.
All four
You
down.
know that.
There's 4 downs.
Yeah, but there's 4 quarters in the entire game.
You should be called 4 downs.
Because
Rudy
Rudy
I'm
actually
not 10
is
bears, but
5 feet nothing.
But I'm 4 downs. I'm not 10 bears, but I'm 4 downs.
Yeah, because he's down for life. Oh.
Rudy's 5 foot nothing. He 100 and nothing. It an insult that you be in the same ring as great champions and wrestlers and athletes like Othello. You want to get ripped apart on the 18th, boy.
But didn't you get ripped apart by me?
Next question. Voodoo Master, where did you learn voodoo?
The Voodoo Master traveled all the way to Louisiana and learned one of the best.
Wait, do you know Azrael?
Of dark magic.
Wait, do you guys know each other? Do you guys were you guys like a roommates back in
Did y'all
Louisiana?
gingerly touch tips?
The Voodoo Master does
Touches
many
tip.
things.
oh! He said it! He said it!
Does he gingerly
No!
touch tips? With that being said,
Yes, he said it!
with that being said, Voodoo Master is one of the OCCW students, which we are proudly here representing, which you can catch Mondays at 8 o'clock, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, and Sundays at 11 a.m. at the De La O Jiu-Jitsu Training Center.
Freddy Flores, why don't you tell us who runs those classes on those days?
So on those days, we got Monday Cardio, which is hellish, run by OCCW champion Rudy Rogers. And then we have Wednesdays with SmackDown's own Mikey O'Shea and Rudy Rogers. And then Sundays, and that's more of an in-ring based kind of training. We actually did have somebody come by last week, check out the dojo. Obviously, you can check it out for free. Touch is going to cost you. Sunday, we got more of a leisure. We got Tony Reyes, we got Angel Altu, and of course, your OCCW champion, Rudy Rogers.
Oh yeah, I'm there all the time, aren't I?
Rudy Rogers is there all the time, which is why he's holding the belt. Which is why Freddy Flores is going to be getting the belt next week, November 18th, when he takes down the team of the Old Dinosaurs with his tag team partner.
Hey, hold on, wait, I got a question.
Alexander
I got a question for Azrael, actually. Whose side are you on for this match? The Dinosaurs or La Raza? Like, who you going for on this? And I got a second question. Do you want to place bets?
I do hate old people, but then I also do hate
Foreigners.
foreigners and all kinds of dark people like Freddy Flores.
I'm dark.
Tony Reyes does enjoy the Confederate flag and moonshine, so I do enjoy Tony Reyes. I am going to place my bets with, I hope they all die. I'm going to burn the arena to the ground with all of you in it, and I'm going to laugh.
So doesn't help me, man. I was going to place some cash on this. Who are you going for?
love to
$100 on La Raza, Rudy. 100 shiny beads.
I'll take that bet.
Sold.
6-pack of Corona.
The people want to know if the
You
Voodoo
don't want piss
Master,
water.
has a finisher.
The Voodoo Master does have a finisher. My finisher, Black Magic, were very devastating, and you guys will see it at the next OCCW show. So you guys have to come out and see it.
So you and 10 Bears, you guys are a tag team now, correct? Correct. Perfect. So you're going up against the Felines, a tag team that's been kind of going around the area. What do you guys? Have you guys been studying? Have you guys been preparing? I mean, give us some on the inside. I mean, the La Raza's already beat the Felines, so we ain't got to worry about nothing. So what's your guys?
Are you guys gonna bring a squirt ball to the ring, squirt the cats down a little bit?
Laser pointers, it's cat scratchers, and little mice.
Are you guys afraid of cat scratch fever? Like, what's going on with this match? Are you prepared for this match?
The Voodoo Master has been watching the felines.
Make sure you speak into your mic too, by the way, buddy.
The Voodoo Master has been watching the felines. I've been watching film. I've been preparing myself, training every day, 5 days a week. The Voodoo Master has been watching. The Voodoo Master does have black magic, and that will take a part in this match.
So you still didn't answer one question for me.
Hold on, Rudy. Hold on.
Okay, go for it.
Nicolette Marie is Myron Yogain's Voodoo Master. She is the whoa. She says whoa, smiley face, heart eyes, voodoo, big bicep, many heart emoji thingies are popping up for the Voodoo Master from Nicolette Marie.
Nicolette, come back!
She's not Myron Yogain's, Mikey. Sit down.
I know.
Mikey, put it away. Put your pants back on. Mikey, don't do that.
Put it away.
God.
Mikey, no.
Dude, it's like a car wreck. We can't look away.
Somebody time.
There it is. Oh, God.
Let the record show I did none of that. He's full of shit.
I know a thing or two about Nicolette. Nicolette does know what the black magic is all about. She's a very good friend.
Oh, you did not just say that on air.
She's a very good
No.
We were training. We trained.
Voodoo Master Nicolette trained. There's nothing wrong with
But
that.
just-
Freddy Flores and Voodoo Master.
But just the way you
trained.
said that. But yeah, I have been in the ring with Voodoo Master, and I have kicked him in the chin a few times. Just saying.
And he has received the black magic too as well.
Yeah, Freddy
You
Flores
can
also
say.
knocked you out many times. So before you start running your mouth, I remind you, this is Freddy Flores and Friends featuring Preschool. With that being said, please do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for free admission.
Did you just downgrade me?
No, it's still Preschool. We Gucci.
I used to be a co-host. So what's going on here? You just fully taking over?
You were there when what's his name? Lunchbox tried to, get one up on Freddy Flores, and he decided he's gonna place bets where we're supposed to clean his house.
Wait. Producer H, is my pay going down? My pay's still good? Sweet. Oh, we're all good then. But
You are down to half a bottle of whiskey, Rudy. Half a bottle and
Half
a
bottle 'cause
rabbit
he's
pelt.
drinking half of it while he's sitting here.
Fair enough.
Mercy.
I will not hide my alcoholism.
So speaking of which, Voodoo Master,
We all have our
do
vices.
you have anything to say to the people that are watching that are... Oh, my goodness. To the people that are watching, people who are aspiring to be professional wrestlers about the OCCW school, maybe you're training.
Which trainers do you like? Which trainers do you hate? What do you feel about the training center? What insight can you give to somebody?
Some insight the Voodoo Master will give to somebody is you gotta stay committed to this. You can't quit. Even you'll get beat up, you'll get hurt, but you can't quit. That's one thing you can't quit. That's the last thing you could ever do. Just stay dedicated and give it your 100%, because you'll never know when you'll get that call to actually work a match.
Yeah, it's a debut match at OCCW with, again, 10 Bears up against the Felines. November 18th, OCCW, End of the World. We got Rudy Rogers going up against Othello, the Giant, in a no DQ match, which means anything and everything is going to happen.
I will honestly say, I kind of think the Giants a little scared.
Say shook.
Rudy, do you think no DQ helps or harms you in this endeavor?
You know what? Everybody's been looking at it as oh, I'm wrestling Othello for the second time. I'm not looking at it as I'm wrestling Othello anymore. I'm looking at it as I'm going to fight Othello. No DQ, there's no rope break in a no DQ match, right? So the thing is, last time I had Othello in my crossface, I felt those bones popping and cracking. Well, he got to the rope. He was able to break that. What happens when he can't? What happens when I lock that in this time and nothing's there to break that up? Just going to be a straight snap? What's the old saying? Snap, tap, or nap? You got 3 choices.
A lot of people don't know this, but Rudy Rogers there, he prone to carrying a blade. He usually have about 27 knives on him at any given point in time. He's kind of a dangerous man, and there's nothing barring the use of these items.
You got damn right.
We
But
don't know who's bar no DQ, man.
but I gotta ask Voodoo Master this: is there who was your inspiration to become a wrestler? Tell us. What got you into wrestling? What made you want to be a wrestler?
And Voodoo Master, speaking to the mic loudly, lean on in, scream into it. The people is a little bit low for the Voodoo Master.
Put
Yeah,
your lips gingerly on the tip.
we also got to tell the same thing to Freddy Flores, but yeah.
Freddy Flores is running Freddy Flores and Friends featuring Preschool.
What got me into professional wrestling? My dad used to take me to a lot of lucha shows in TJ at the auditorium. I started watching all the
Auditorio.
I started watching all the greats. I remember seeing Jack Evans, Cibernetico. I saw like all the lucha royalty, and ever since I went to high school, I lost my touch with wrestling. But when I graduated, started training. I trained for a year, and that's where I am.
What are your goals in professional wrestling? Like, what do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself, let's say, next year?
Next year, I definitely see myself doing more shows. Thankfully, I've got a couple of shows down my belt that I've done already, and I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that I've had. I'm really looking forward to what the future brings for me. But one thing that I have to say is November 18th at the De La O Jiu-Jitsu, it will be the end of the world for the felines.
Strong words from a strong man.
Did you really?
With that
just
being
pull
said,
Come on.
Voodoo, I think you've made your mark here.
I actually have a few more little questions for him.
Voodoo?
Yeah, I would love to know. I want to pick his mind a little bit. I want to know who Voodoo Master is. I feel like people here want to know like who he is, but I kind of want to know do you have championship aspirations? What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do in OCCW?
Well, what I want to do is in OCCW, I want to work my way, show people what I am about, and maybe eventually down the road go for that title.
I have a question. Describe to me again the black magic maneuver. Is it a submission maneuver? What do you do?
The black magic, my finisher. So black magic is a fireman's carry to a cutter. So I put 10 bears in it the last show that we wrestled against each other, and he was able to take it quite. Well, he lost that show, but we are teaming up. He was one of the strongest opponents that I faced.
Is it because he's 10 bears?
Exactly.
So,
Freddy Flores gets it.
so the felines have 9 lives and you have 10 bears.
Do the
Exactly.
math. Do the
I
math.
have 10 bears.
10 bears.
Wait, who wins in a fight, a bear or a cat?
It depends.
Like a house cat or like a bear? Who
See,
wins?
what kind of house cat?
I'm saying like a feral cat, like a mean like street cat. You know?
And Freddy Flores, I noticed that you are wearing a T-shirt, I believe, of Kenny Omega, if I'm recognizing my merchandise properly. Has anything exciting happened to Kenny Omega recently?
Not Kenny Omega. I mean, I know the GOAT, Chris Jericho, was it NJPW?
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, New Japan.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I was
That's gonna be-
just completely in shock. Like oh my god, like Jericho returned to pro wrestling and it wasn't WWE. I was just completely amazed by it.
And if we can, I know Mikey O'Shea is a great fan of all things wrestling related and probably has watched that video countless times. So we could have him come in and Voodoo Master, if you can puff into a cloud of smoke and return to me my Irishman.
All right, tag out, buddy. Thanks for coming by, man.
Voodoo Master, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Catch him November 18th. Bravo. He dropped his hat.
So Mikey O'Shea, what are your thoughts on the wrestling situation between Chris Jericho and Mr. Kenny Omega? The Alpha versus the Omega.
To keep it short and less boring, it was awesome.
Well,
And it gave me
that
flash.
was good.
And one thing in particular, when I saw that promo the first time, I just thought of flashbacks of Kurt Angle when he made his little promo going to TNA back in 2006. Those are the kind of feelings in wrestling those are one of the reasons why I love wrestling. Those kind of exciting moments. Now,
What did you guys think of like right when that countdown went up on that screen?
I thought the countdown was a little off. I think they did a bad job with that.
I feel like they should have like kept
It was just a number
Jericho's original countdown.
Because it did the same thing with Christian Cage when he went to TNA, and Jeff Hardy when he went to TNA. But like New Japan, they just timed the countdown a little off, you know.
But
They
I feel
just
like no matter what, like yeah, everybody else does the countdown stuff, but it's like when a countdown happens and it's Jericho, it's just that much sweeter. Like, I don't know, like, with Jericho, that's, like, just his thing.
It is, but, like, there was, like, no music similar to how it sounds at WWE to make it sound like, oh, my God, look, that looks exciting. It was just
to be fair,
Fozzy music.
Yeah, they did have Fozzy playing, so.
That's
Fozzy,
cool,
who did release earlier this year, Judas.
That's the cool thing about Chris Jericho. If he never goes back to WWE, he may not have the theme song, but he's got Fozzy to make up for it. Which I'm kind of surprised that Fozzy never made like a cover of the Jericho song yet.
They did.
They did?
Yes.
Oh, shit, never mind.
It's not even technically a cover because Jericho is singing it, so yeah.
Anybody else got anything to talk about before I talk about something I want to talk about?
But yeah, I just really want to say, though, that did anybody else like kind of see the Twitter war going on between Kenny and Jericho for the longest time?
Yeah.
I did not.
That was a short build. I mean, a small build.
It was just hilarious, though, like back and forth. Like, Omega was talking about like having 5-star matches in New Japan, and Jericho was just like, "That's nice. Like, good thing no one watches New Japan Pro Wrestling." Like, he was just going on and on, like telling how it's the minor leagues, this and that. Like, he was like, "I was having a 5-star matches. Too bad no one has seen yours," kind of stuff. And it was just going on for weeks like this, and it was just really funny because Jericho then posted a picture of Kenny Omega kissing Marty Scurll and saying this is the best performance Kenny Omega has ever given. I don't know. Jericho just had me dying. His Twitter always has me dying.
I had my attention to a different Twitter rampage last week, considering that one of the women wrestlers I actually really started to enjoy in WWE unfortunately got released not long ago, Emma. And lo and behold, a certain individual who I ranted about a couple of months ago when he got signed to WWE because he no-sold a powerbomb off a freaking ladder to a table, he decided to run his mouth. I know he was trying to be funny, but you can't be funny about someone losing their job.
It just makes you look like a dick.
It makes you look like a word that I can't say because people are very offended nowadays.
Wait, what? How many letters are in that word?
What?
How many letters are in that word?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
What does it start with?
It doesn't start with N. Shut up.
No, I'm just curious. What does it start with? I'm like dead serious.
I'm just gonna leave. You draw to your own conclusion, buddy.
No, I'm like really curious, man.
You draw to your own conclusion, buddy.
Bastard.
Hey, you know, it is not fair to make fun of people for losing their job or getting purged or not being able to wrestle on wrestle programs that they used to wrestle on because of stipulations of some kind of match that I didn't ever agree to or sign nothing, and I didn't even lose. I wasn't even there.
Wait, hold on. Isn't this the second time you guys have been fired?
Last October, yes, this is our anniversary of our first
you guys
firing.
get fired every year. How do you guys come back like every year?
They took our jobs. They
No,
took
you
the
guys-
lovers and took our
Like,
jobs.
you guys just have to stop putting your jobs on the line. You guys are not that smart.
I never
You guys
agreed
should
to
like
this.
learn that. Holy crap! If we put our jobs on the line, we might lose.
I did not sign, and I have been future endeavored, and all of Israel's future endeavors are flourishing, by God. Big Valley and Fist Combat and Hybrid Pro, and I'm doing fine, baby, and I play 2K18, and that is glorious. Simply
I'm still stuck on
He
2K16.
plays 2K18 and he's still in the performance center. But yeah,
I still play my Xbox 360.
did he say he's doing his best?
I'm doing my best.
Your best ain't good enough, ass. I'm sorry.
Do you know how hard it is to work this computer machine? There's so many dials.
But any events, does anybody have any matches going on this weekend aside from November 11th, Rudy?
This weekend, I gotta look at my calendar. Hold on.
Oh, great.
I legit-
What about you, Freddy Flores?
Freddy Flores will be at
Angels coming?
OCCW.
Oh, really? Angel has?
End of the World, November 18th. Then the week after, he will travel the road out to Las Vegas, where he actually trained when he was back boxing. Out to Big Valley, might hit up a couple gyms back
That's
there.
about big.
But no wrestling shows this coming weekend.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
only
it.
have
Okay.
the.
Play it.
I only have that
Play it.
sesh. I don't know what this one's called. The
With that being
The Fire Pit
said,
Pros, the Fire Pit Sesh,
Yeah,
Smoke
that
Sesh
one.
in Winchester, California. I remember a Sean Winchester or something. The name is vaguely familiar to me.
Maybe a Sean Winchester will make his return at that event.
Man, I used to
just to be Sean Winchester.
Oh, throwback.
Maybe there'll be a bit of a throwback for that event.
Will we see Rudy Rogers versus Sean Winchester probably?
I don't know. We've seen Rudy Rogers.
I miss Sean Winchester. I used to beat the fuck out of him at Lucha Pro.
That guy used to tag with you too, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I used to throw him around against people.
Hey,
Rudy.
I used to use him as a battering ram.
Rudy, to your right elbow is Angel Atu's face, and Joey the Bull would like you to either rub or do something to Angel Atu. There you go. Right in the... No, stop it, boy.
Hey, you know what? Another match we got going on at End of the World. We got this creepy lady, and of course the person that made the flyer had to put her right next to me. Heidi is going to take on... I don't know if she ever wrestled at OCCW. I think she has one time. But the returning or debut of Tab Jackson right over there at the right corner. Tab Jackson happens to be one of the cousins of the tag team of the Young Bucks, if you know what I mean.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, she's a cousin of the Young Bucks.
I did not know that.
Will she have them sign an autograph for me?
Dude, John Cena didn't sign your autograph, remember?
Oh, that's true. I could not see him. I looked all over the Honda Center.
He told you couldn't see him.
He told me I couldn't see him, and I did not believe it, but it was true.
And then I told you were a mark.
I don't even know what that means, but you kicked me and ran
Freddy
away.
Flores does not know what a mark is either.
It's wearing a Kenny Omega t-shirt on your podcast, you piece of trash.
Oh, yeah, dude. Hey. Not trying to talk about the past or anything like that, but I forgot to ask you. You had a certain individual that debuted with you in Alexander Vega. I'm talking to you. You had like this weird lady that was managing you during that match. You mind describing that? Since we weren't here last week at Halloween.
Well, Freddy Flores and Alexander Vega, we got in the spirit of of the purge, and we just happened to bring somebody else.
She kind of gave me that Roxy Laveau type looking.
Mikey, what you do on the weekends is, your own thing, but
that's a wrestler, not a stripper.
you call her what you want. Whatever makes you feel better, Mikey.
Are we going anywhere we might see some strippers? Maybe late November? Viva Las Vegas, baby. That's where I was going to party.
All I know is I'm going to the Heart Attack Grill.
Can you tell people what the Heart Attack Grill is if they're not a fan of the Las Vegas Fremont Street area?
You know me, I'm a big guy. I like to eat, but I have not yet eaten at the Heart Attack Grill, and it is one of my goals before I die.
Which might be that very day.
Hey, I'm 30 now, so I've only done so much damage to my heart. It's only a matter of time.
I believe if you're over a certain weight, they feed you for free.
And the vegan,
350 pounds, you get to eat for free.
American dream, Mikey. You're almost there.
The Heart Attack Grill literally says on the front door, warning, this stuff will kill you. So make sure you take care of yourself before you go in there and eat like trash.
Dude, Othello, gain 50 more pounds and you're good. Just saying.
He's not 350 pounds yet?
No, he's 300 pounds.
Grill, you should go check out Big Valley Pro Wrestling.
And speaking of Big Valley Pro Wrestling,
while you guys are eating at Heart Attack Grill, I will zip line over Fremont Street.
That's scary, though.
I've done it.
Why do I see you falling off and just like crashing into something?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
You're like Squeak from basketball.
Honestly, you guys want to know my goal for Vegas is? I want to jump off the stratosphere.
To his death.
Have you guys ever seen that? There's the repelled free fall, like that you could all jump all the way from the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Free fall, Freddy Flores.
And speaking of Big Valley Wrestling, we have a clip from Philip No Love speaking about divine intervention. Let's roll that footage. Glorious. Appreciate it.
You brought
Big Valley Wrestling presents Battleborn, November 26th.
And I believe that was the man that done kicked you upside the head, Freddy Flores, if you remember.
The guy who got spiked on his head.
Isn't that the guy that kind of...
Divine Intervention.
I was about to say that.
Their team here in Orange County, OCCW, and the remaining branches here.
Divine Intervention was so cocky, so arrogant that they brought in a new member to their roster only for them to split apart.
Hey, man, I thought it'd be okay, man. I thought it'd be okay. I thought the BT.
If only a certain redneck vampire was there
Has anybody heard from Freddie Helmuth?
and didn't get hurt by a park ranger.
You know what? I fought the law, and the law won, and Mr. Randy Orton gave me a super trooperplex and damn near discombobulated my arm, so unfortunately I was in the urgent care in Anaheim on the morning of the 21st, getting jabbed with a needle of muscle relaxer right in my butt cheek from a fine Latina nurse.
Wait, you wrestled Randy Orton?
Randy Orton, the... What? God damn it, Mikey O'Shea, what wrestling Matt calls himself.
You said Randy Orton.
You said
Randy Orton when he's wearing the Super Trooper outfit, because he a lawman.
So I seriously want to know, has anybody heard from Marty Jannetty of the group, the Freddie Helmuth? Has anybody heard from him?
Oh, I know. He actually this past weekend he actually took a trip to Tucson. He wrestled at Tucson.
With Sean Black.
Oh, so he's running away.
Yeah.
He's running away from OCCW and he's running away from California.
It's like-
I understand now.
It's like Azrael having to go down to Fist Combat, having to go to Hybrid Pro, having to go to BBW. It's because they can't work around here anymore. So
I consider Orange County conquered. Divine Intervention has run roughshod all over this organization for dozens and dozens of years.
What have you conquered, though?
2015 is not dozens.
What have you conquered?
Angel
tried to
Atu was
wrestle-
champion for like 57 months.
And I beat him.
You know, it was like.
And I beat
He
you.
was-
And you know what?
And I beat Freddie
like-
Helmuth.
There's greener pastures. There's other places in the world,
He
Rudy
was like 9
Rogers,
months.
besides Orange County.
Yeah, he was
You're
only
late,
champion
bro.
9 months. And
Fake
then
news.
I
He was
beat
only
him.
champion for 9 months, bro.
Fake news, Mikey O'Shea.
You're late, bro.
And then you tapped out.
You're very late.
You people are product of the liberal news media, making up things. You know, Angel Atu was the finest
You can't
champion
fight
of
the law, bro.
OCCW. Better than Obama.
Wait, Obama was OCW champion?
Better than, you know,
I
him
think
as
you're-
a
I think
general
you're
president.
who was ever the
for-
first OCC?
There was a wrestler named Yo Obama, but it wasn't actually.
Who was the
Obama.
first OCW
His-
champion?
The wrestler name was Yo Obama. Didn't go anywhere because K Ross is garbage.
K-Ross is garbage.
K Ross removed me from Facebook.
I think I still have K-Ross as a friend. I hope he sees this right now.
Anybody else remove you from Facebook? Mike?
Yeah, anybody recent?
Oh, who did somebody? Hold on.
Baby, come back.
Uh,
You could put it on.
no, but nobody removed me from Facebook
Nobody else?
yet. Nobody.
No,
Sad.
nobody with a name like that reminds with like
Schmickelette.
I can't hear you.
nothing that rhymes with Schmickelette. They didn't-
No, Nicolette didn't add me on Facebook again.
She moved you, right?
She did. I already talked about this. Where's the? I don't got my cell phone here. Get in in the arms of the angel by
You can't do it. We
what's her
got 5
face?
seconds.
We're
Okay.
sorry, man.
I'm sure it was just an oversight on Nicolette's part. She didn't make the heart emoji thingy when you came on. I'm sure it's nothing. That is a sacred
Oh,
bond.
that was for Voodoo, bro.
There was one for you when you came on. I mean, there was a delay on the feed. I'm not sure exactly.
It's okay, as you don't have to like sugarcoat it from like Mikey. We're here for you. We're here for you.
We've all been friend zoned, brother.
Oh,
It all happens.
Hey,
Let's take a moment of silence for him.
since we got time, let's talk about Impact Wrestling.
We're giving you a moment of silence. Hold on.
Shut the fuck up and let's move on.
Just
That's
wait.
what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
Mikey.
we're giving a moment of silence. Just hold on.
Can somebody do the half heart and the thumbs up sign of the
I
friend
got nothing
zone?
to throw at you right
Everybody
now.
know it.
Nothing
There
to
you
throw at
go.
I love that picture.
That is an amazing tag team, by the way. Chaz Herrera and Ivy Quinn.
Chaz Herrera
The
is
friend
magnificent.
zones.
Yeah. So speaking of which, GFW. I mean,
Impact.
Impact. GFW.
TNA.
GFW is no more with Impact Wrestling.
TNA. Right.
Yeah.
Impact?
it went
No,
back-
just Impact. Just Impact.
I don't think they'd call it TNA anymore either. But yeah.
So what are they called?
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
Not just Impact.
Just Impact Wrestling.
Gotcha.
Impact Wrestling. Same
They had a
difference.
Bound for Glory this Sunday.
Did anybody see that video of like Eli Drake whipping Morrison? Like, off? And he
Yeah.
slid underneath it?
Your opponent
And
has
he-
left the match. So good.
I
It was
like
so good.
loved that video. Like the way that like Ricker's face. I mean, Eli Drake's face was like just amazing. He was just like,
Yeah, who the fuck is Sean Ricker?
yeah,
Sean Ricker.
huh,
Dummy.
They still
yeah,
No, Eli Drake does that, huh?
huh,
He does it.
Huh?
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
huh,
Let me talk to you.
Dummy. Yeah.
huh.
Yeah.
He didn't. He hasn't had the button in a while though. He's got to bring that back.
He's a champ. He doesn't need it.
Huh?
Rudy doesn't have a
I'm
button.
surprised that wasn't like an app.
Huh?
Dummy. Yeah.
Mikey, actually was an app.
Was it?
Yeah, it was an app. You could still buy it on like, the App Store. I'm not even kidding. You could still buy it.
But
Sean Ricker, shout out to you. Or Eli Drake, shout out to you. Like, you guys go buy the app on the App Store.
But hey,
Dummy.
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling gained a producer
Yes.
Yeah,
And WWE lost the producer.
dummy. Yeah,
over something that was very childish.
dummy.
I would say.
Cease
You
and
say it was
desist. Cease and desist.
It was kind of funny to see Jimmy Jacobs make his debut on Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And Sami Callihan with OVE in a hellish match against, of course, team that Freddy Flores admires and looks up to.
Yeah.
You know what?
in
Oh,
LAX.
I got something to say too at Impact Wrestling, because there was like a lot of referees who left Impact Wrestling. They gained like a couple referees. A referee that I know that actually refereed in matches with me in Oregon and Vegas.
Kevin Spencer?
No.
Oh.
That guy retired a long time ago. He put all of his money to Mayhem Wrestling Entertainment,
I got it.
and it went to hell.
Oh, Freddy Flores. Oh.
I miss Kevin Spencer.
You know what? Next week we should I should get that clip of me throwing Kevin Spencer a little too far from the.
Oh
ring.
my God! I
And
remember that.
He swantoned the concrete.
Dude.
I only meant to throw him out of the ring, but when I threw him, I used too much fat power. He freaking flew.
Dude, I remember he got to the back. He's like, we're like, dude, what happened? I took a bomb.
He took a bump. The best part was with James Morgan. James Morgan's reaction and commentary. Oh! Oh my God! Anyways, a friend of mine who refereed some of my matches in Oregon and Vegas. He's from the East Coast. Chris Levin. He's now a referee at Impact Wrestling. I don't know for how long, but he's at least doing that Bound for Glory, and he's doing it for the TV tapings in Canada right now as we speak.
You know what
so Chris
referee
Levins,
I miss?
Congratulations.
You know what referee I really miss? Great referee. Chris Massey.
Oh, Chris
I miss
Massey.
Massey. Massey was amazing. What?
You know what? Okay, I'm just gonna
Well, you don't like Massey?
No, I had no problem with Massey, but and like he was like cool with me, and then like he got married 2014.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he got married to a lady.
Yeah,
I hope they're still married.
Yeah, they are.
But then all of a sudden he just removes me from Facebook himself.
He removed everybody off Facebook.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
all the workers, yeah, he removed everybody. He wanted like a distance off.
He wanted to start a new life.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I love Chris Massey. I still talk to them here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing great. I like them.
Good for Chris Massey. You know who I miss? Patrick Hernandez.
Dude, Patrick was amazing.
Patrick Hernandez is one of the best. Is personally my
Producer
most favorite
H over there is,
referee
like, loving it
out
'cause
of
her
all the
last name.
referees I ever had in this business in California.
Am I wrong on that?
That dude
No, I'm not.
knows how to. That dude is one of the, like he. If you're nervous, he'll look at he looks after all the wrestlers in the ring. Patrick Hernandez was legitimately one of the most professional referees ever, and I'm sad that he's no longer refereeing. I hope he's doing well.
I miss Jason McCord too.
Oh, Jason McCord, yeah.
Jason McCord was awesome. I loved him.
I saw him not long ago. He actually came to the
Yeah, I remember
school
that.
not long ago.
We won't talk about that incident, but okay.
Okay.
We won't talk about that incident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anybody wants to know that?
Yeah.
Please DM me. Dummy. Yeah.
Or go to
Not
the
him, but
OCCW.
Go to the OCW school page and ask there, and we'll give you info to come to the school. Then you can ask me there, and I might tell the story a bit. Yeah.
Mondays at 8. Wednesdays at 8.
dude, we've been
Sundays
getting actually
11 in the
some.
morning.
Dude, we actually been getting some messages lately at the OCW wrestling school.
I know we have people that are willing to train, people that want to come through.
I know one in particular who I spoke to last night, and I told him to show up tomorrow night to see for himself
But yet wasn't kind enough to tell him to show up to my class yesterday night.
because
It's cardio based.
you're Rudy and I'm Mikey.
That would have been nice.
What time was he going to be there, Mikey?
Be there around 7:30 in the afternoon. We normally get started around 8:15 to warm each other up, to warm you guys up, and then we'll get in the ring by around 8:30 after boxing class. We normally say 8 p.m. because we want people to be there a few minutes early so they can prepare, then warm up, and get ready for class at 8:30.
And if you guys are coming to class, make sure you guys bring some stuff you work out in. Pair of shorts.
Please, for the love of
Wrestling
God,
shoes.
make sure you bring knee pads. I've seen so many people go in there with no knee pads. Yes, I don't wear knee pads because I'm not doing some moves that require knee pads. But they're going to need to do stuff that requires knee pads. And the last thing you want is to hurt your kneecaps in the ring because you don't wear any knee pads. Right?
You dropped your vet card here, Mikey.
What?
You dropped your vet card.
Got my vet card?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that next to your SmackDown Zone Mikey O'Shea card?
No,
Fuck you.
SmackDown Zone ID.
Mikey O'Shea's done a lot of things that require knee pads and got himself a lot of bookings. A lot of bookings with those things.
Speaking of which, Mikey, are we going to see you anytime soon? Aside from the OCCW November 18th show.
Maybe getting it. No, I'm not comparing.
I am I'm not sure if I will be wrestling, but I will be heading to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood this coming Sunday, which is going to have a very important match, actually. It's going to have the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tim Storm, taking on Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus from TNA. Tim Storm is literally, this is on the record. Tim Storm is legitimately the oldest wrestler to have ever become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion at the age of 52 or 51. 51, 52, whatever.
Don't you egg me on, Rudy Rogers. I hate you, Rudy. You won't get the chunkla like I'm a Latina grandma. Damn it, Rudy Rogers. I'll see you here. I hit you. I've been learning from La Raza. Órale, vato. Órale.
Yeah.
We apologize if your eardrums are burst because of the mic on Azriel's
What
mouth.
did you learn? What did you learn?
I'm not
Don't
a
mess with
Latina
Larissa.
grandmommy.
Yeah. Don't mess with the champ. What did you learn?
We need a chunkla on a pole match. Chunkla on a pole.
Whose sandal is this?
Give them back to me. I have tiny feet.
Yeah.
Did
With
you
my,
say
I got a
Sean-
size 13 boot over here, too.
Did you say Jean-Claude on a pole match?
No. Yeah, ask him.
Oh.
Can you shine that up real nice? I'm about to go shove it up there.
I believe it's called Freddy Flores and Friends, not Friends and Freddy Flores. With that being said, and you know what? Tim Storm does look amazing for someone who's 52 years old.
Yeah, he does. And they actually have some good video packages on YouTube at the NWA, now owned by Billy Corgan. They've been doing some good video packages between the Tim Storm versus Nick Aldis match coming up, because Tim Storm knows.
Yeah.
Tim Storm made this very clear that this is probably going to be his first and only time he ever wears 10 pounds of gold that is established as big as the NWA World Heavyweight title. So he's going to make sure till he dies that no one's going to take that from him.
Yeah.
So, because Tim Storm knows that once he loses that title, he might not ever have the chance to be champion again, because he ain't no Ric Flair, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm looking forward to see that match this coming Sunday at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. And gotta be willing if I'm actually wrestling.
Huh? Yeah.
There we go.
And also tonight, speaking of Ric Flair, tonight,
Woo!
30 on ESPN.
Woo!
Woo!
Isn't that the
Flair.
same show they did for Scott Hall like back in 2011?
No, that was a different one. That was just really dark. And
No, that was
Sad.
ESPN.
It
So-
wasn't 30 for 30.
That was no 30 was a happy show.
Yeah,
Happy.
30 for 30 is going to go
Oh,
and like
okay.
highlight your life. That was like more of a
Yeah.
documentary on how dark Scott's like life really was. They literally called it Scott Hall, the real Mickey Rourke, the real wrestler, and they went into everything. He went into his drug use and all that.
It
It was
real
just
bad.
sad. Like I
bad.
cried. I felt bad for Scott Hall. Like I wanted to like just I don't know.
Well, one thing in particular, in the very beginning of that documentary, before they actually began the documentary, one of them says, back in the day, wrestlers were addicted to alcohol, drugs, steroids, and rock and roll lifestyle. Nowadays, guys like us, the only addiction we got mostly, is video games.
Y'all addicted to your Facebooks and your Twitter feeds like no other.
You're
And
on
social media, yeah.
dude. You're
social
on
media.
social media more than I am.
I'm looking at it right now, watching the program.
Like no, I see you post more things than I actually post.
Who's talking?
I'm a busy man.
Anything for me?
Pretty cool.
We got no questions. Let me endeavor to
No, we got
troll
no
the
answers.
internet.
Dummy. Yeah.
Steven and I.
Yeah.
So besides Championship Wrestling from Hollywood on Sunday, anything else, Mikey?
Yeah.
Well, the following week, I got actually 3 shows. One Wednesday at the Taco Sesh at Riverside, and then my return to MPW for another Friday Fight Night show. And then right behind us, End of the World, November
Yeah.
18th.
Anything after that?
Yeah.
I think I might be making a trip to Las Vegas in November 26th.
Yeah.
What's out there?
I don't get it, Rudy. You're it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get that mark.
Thank you for agreeing with me. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my wrestling that month.
So far.
Unless something happens at the last second, because you never know.
Huh? Dead air.
And we've got Amped Up Wrestling on January 6th in
Next year.
glorious Inglewood, kicking the year off.
You know what? I'm kind of glad that they didn't do December 9th, because I believe there's a big show that's happening that day as well. I think it's going to be PCW. And it's going to be like in the same.
And December shows don't.
It's
draw.
pretty much going to be at the same neighborhood, because PCW do their shows closer to Long Beach, but still. What? Why are you laughing? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Finishes
It's better to do it January 6th with a new lease on life.
And what better to kick off a show than with Amped?
But for the record, like just saying though, like most wrestling promotions, if you're looking to do shows in December, not usually the greatest idea.
Oh yeah, that reminds
Wasn't there
me.
a Drive Wrestling in December?
Actually, that was before.
Right in the middle?
That was before Drive Wrestling was Drive Wrestling. But yeah.
Good luck to Maverick
like
Pro,
it.
December 23rd.
Yo.
Jesus Christ!
Oh no! Didn't they just cancel that?
No, they
Like I saw the event page got canceled.
they canceled the event page and then they made a new one.
Oh, I got you. I was about to say if they canceled that one too, I was.
I mean, God bless you for doing it
goddamn.
December 23rd, but Jesus Christ, bro.
You're like I'm sorry. Like I hope you guys do well, but you guys are really
Especially when you got guys like Kevin
really
Cross,
pushing it.
the guys from Vegas. Obviously, they're not taking the average
For the
dollar
record,
of.
For the record, guys, I'm not doing anything December 23rd. If you guys need me, I'll come out. But
Fuck that!
I'll be celebrating Hanukkah.
I'm just gonna be enjoying
wait,
my.
you're
I'm just
Jewish?
gonna enjoy that
Jew?
weekend, man.
wait, hold on. Did you? Wait,
That
hold on,
explains all the anger.
Wait, did you guys hear? He's Jewish.
A little column A, a little column B.
He's a
What was column B?
redneck
We just said you're
vampire
Jewish.
priest Jew.
I'm greedy. What can I say?
Okay then.
Fair enough.
Is that why you guys lost?
Quit bringing it up.
All right, I think we have how many minutes left? We have 3 minutes.
3
now.
minutes and we're out of
Go
here.
ahead and
The
wrap it
clock
up.
is ticking and we're blah blah blah.
Hold on,
Do you think Amp Wrestling will be sponsored by Amp?
Dude, I really hope so.
I really love that energy.
Sean
drink.
Black,
I was
you
talking
hear
to
us?
a radio station.
Sean, you hear us? Yep. You hear us? Gotta get that energy drink sponsor.
Let's
We
do
have to do it.
45 seconds. Rudy Rogers, what do you feel about things go?
Feel like I'm gonna make Othello tap out. There you go. That's-
Attaboy, that stirs your loins. It's some fire in your belly.
this
You're going to
happened.
earn your true Indian name. The Obsidian Destroyer.
I thought it was Giant Killer, but okay.
And Freddy Flores, how do you feel about your future endeavors?
Well, not your future endeavors, actually. Freddy Flores is becoming a new champion, but before we go on to all that, November 11th, I believe, is Veterans Day. So quick shout out. I know everybody over here respects veteran, everybody that served in the United States military. Give us the ability to do what we do out here. Talk about wrestling, and then I'll speak for the whole table here and everybody in the back and the front, left and right. Thank you for everything that you do for us. And again,
We all know a veteran. We always want to say thank you to those guys. Yeah.
and
One we could say that does work our shows with us, Tony Reyes. Thank you. Gotta say, thank you for your service.
and unfortunately, Freddy Flores is going to take your title. Mikey O'Shea.
And Mikey O'Shea, go.
Leo Rush.
What the
Don't
fuck?
know you as a person personally, but when it comes to a professional wrestling, fuck you.
I gotta add something. Alexa Bliss, how you doing?
Mickey James.
Alexa Bliss.
Hey, Seth Rollins, me and you, buddy. Bring it on.
Are you going to burn it down?
You may apologize on Twitter, but you know damn well you didn't mean that apology. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna apologize for this. Alexa Bliss. Call me. How you doing, girl? How you doing?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining
For the
us.
record,
This
Alexa
has been
Bliss must be
another
right.
edition of Professional Wrestling Podcast. Oh wait, sorry, this is your job. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching
Call me
Freddy
Alexa.
Flores and Friends featuring Preschool. Till next week, adios. She's not going to call you. We've been over this. I told you she's not going to